Welcome to Mysteries of Life number 3. Today we're diving into one of the greatest unsolved mysteries: consciousness. What is it, and where does it come from? You're watching this video, absorbing information, and maybe enjoying the journey. But what part of you is doing the experiencing? Let's explore some of the most fascinating theories about consciousness, and see if we can unravel this cosmic puzzle. For centuries, philosophers like René Descartes grappled with the idea of dualism. Imagine your mind, your thoughts, your very essence, as something separate from your physical body. Descartes believed the mind was a non-physical entity, a soul perhaps, interacting with the physical brain. It's a compelling idea, this notion of a ghost in the machine. But how would a non-physical entity interact with something as tangible as the brain? Dualism struggles to explain this interaction, leaving us with more questions than answers. Neuroscience offers a different perspective: materialism. This perspective delves into the idea that everything we experience, every thought, every emotion, and every sensation, is rooted in the physical structure and function of our brain. It's a fascinating concept that challenges our understanding of what it means to be conscious. This theory argues that consciousness is a product of the brain, a complex interplay of neurons and synapses. Imagine the brain as a grand orchestra where each neuron is an instrument and the conductor is the intricate network of neural connections. Together, they create the symphony of our conscious experience. A symphony conducted by billions of neurons firing in concert. Each neuron communicates with others through electrical impulses and chemical signals, creating a dynamic and ever-changing pattern of activity. This neural symphony is what gives rise to our thoughts, memories, and perceptions. Think of it this way: your thoughts, emotions, and sense of self arise from the intricate network of electrical and chemical signals within your brain. Every time you feel joy, sadness, or excitement, it's the result of specific patterns of neural activity. This network is so complex that even the slightest change can alter your entire experience of reality. Materialism suggests that if we could map every neuron and synapse, we could, in theory, understand the emergence of consciousness. This means that by studying the brain in detail, we might one day be able to decode the very essence of what it means to be aware and sentient. It's a compelling argument, especially given the advances in brain imaging technology. Modern techniques like fMRI and PET scans allow us to see the brain in action, revealing the areas involved in different cognitive functions. These technologies provide a window into the workings of the mind, offering clues about how consciousness arises from neural activity. But can we truly reduce something as subjective as consciousness to mere neural activity? This question remains one of the greatest mysteries in neuroscience and philosophy. While materialism provides a framework for understanding the brain's role in consciousness, it also raises profound questions about the nature of self and the essence of human experience. As we continue to explore the brain, we may uncover more answers, but the journey to fully comprehend consciousness is far from over. Chapter 3: Panpsychism, a universe of awareness. Now let's get really out there with panpsychism. This theory takes a radical leap by proposing that consciousness isn't limited to living beings. Imagine a universe where even the smallest particles possess some level of awareness, a fundamental property of existence itself. It's a mind-bending concept, suggesting that consciousness is woven into the very fabric of reality. But how do we measure the consciousness of a rock or a photon? Panpsychism, while intriguing, faces significant challenges in terms of scientific verification. Chapter 4: Integrated Information Theory, a measure of awareness. Integrated Information Theory, or IIT, offers a different approach to quantifying consciousness. Unlike traditional theories that focus on behavioral or functional aspects, IIT delves into the very structure of information processing within a system. It seeks to understand how the brain's architecture contributes to the emergence of conscious experience. It proposes that consciousness arises from a system's ability to integrate information. This means that the more a system can combine different pieces of information into a unified whole, the more conscious it is. For instance, a simple machine that processes data in isolation would have a low level of consciousness, while a complex network like the human brain, which integrates vast amounts of data, would have a high level of consciousness. The more interconnected and complex a system, the higher its level of consciousness. This interconnectedness is not just about the number of connections but also about the quality and efficiency of these connections. In a highly integrated system, information flows seamlessly, allowing for a richer and more nuanced experience of the world. Think of it like this. Your brain, with its billions of interconnected neurons, forms a highly integrated network capable of processing vast amounts of information. Each neuron can connect to thousands of others, creating a dense web of interactions. This network is constantly active, processing sensory inputs, memories, emotions, and thoughts, all at once. This intricate web of connections gives rise to your rich inner experience. When you see a beautiful sunset, hear your favorite song, or recall a cherished memory, it's this network that brings those experiences to life. The integration of information across different regions of the brain allows you to perceive, feel, and reflect in a deeply personal way. IQT provides a mathematical framework for measuring consciousness, but it's still debated whether it captures the subjective essence of awareness. Critics argue that while IIT offers a compelling model, it may not fully account for the qualitative aspects of conscious experience, such as the feeling of being aware. Nonetheless, IIT continues to be a significant step forward in our quest to understand the nature of consciousness, bridging the gap between the physical workings of the brain and the intangible experience of being. Chapter 5, Global Workspace Theory, a Spotlight on Awareness. Finally, let's explore the Global Workspace Theory, or GWT. This theory, proposed by cognitive scientist Bernard Bars, offers a fascinating framework for understanding consciousness. It suggests that our minds operate like a theater, where the stage represents our conscious awareness, and the audience consists of various unconscious processes. Imagine your consciousness as a spotlight shining on a stage filled with unconscious processes. Just like in a theater, only the events in the spotlight are in our conscious awareness, while everything else remains in the dark, operating behind the scenes. The spotlight represents your awareness, illuminating only a small fraction of the information being processed by your brain at any given moment. This selective illumination allows us to focus on specific tasks or thoughts, bringing them into our conscious mind while leaving other processes in the background. This selective attention allows you to focus on what's important while filtering out irrelevant information. For instance, when you're reading a book, your spotlight of awareness is on the words and their meanings, while other sensory inputs like background noise are filtered out. GWT provides a compelling model for how consciousness operates, but it doesn't fully explain how the spotlight of awareness is directed or what determines its focus. Various factors such as personal interests, emotional states, and external stimuli can influence what our spotlight of awareness highlights. For example, if you're hungry, your awareness might be more attuned to food-related cues. Similarly, if you're anxious, your focus might shift to potential threats or worries. Understanding the mechanisms behind this selective attention is crucial for fields like psychology, neuroscience, and even artificial intelligence. By studying how our brains decide what to focus on, researchers can develop better treatments for attention-related disorders and create more intuitive AI systems that mimic human attention patterns. In summary, the global workspace theory offers a powerful metaphor for understanding consciousness. It likens our awareness to a spotlight on a stage, highlighting certain thoughts and perceptions while leaving others in the dark. Although it doesn't answer all questions about how consciousness works, it provides a valuable framework for exploring the complexities of the human mind. Consciousness remains one of the deepest mysteries in science. What do you think? Is it purely biological or something more? Is it a product of our brains, a fundamental property of the universe, or something we haven't even begun to imagine? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more intriguing explorations into the mysteries of life. See you next time.